Welcome to Cyanide Cenobite Reviews. I hope you like what I've done with the place. Yeah, I've been busy. Just like the 9 months when I wasn't recording. I was super busy. But coming to you from Hurricane Central, where everyone that hasn't had a glass of water in the last, I don't know, 4 years decided they needed to go hoard all the goddamn water. I guess they're gonna take a break from Mountain Dew over the next few days until the hurricane levels the place. But any fucking way. This week I watched Zombeavers, and I hope y'all watched it, and I hope you enjoyed it, because it really is a fantastic B-movie. It's a B-movie on purpose. So, I mean, the high production values are great, because you can actually kind of get into it and enjoy it, and, the cinematography is like nothing exceptional. It's not out in left field or anything, but it's really funny. The dialogue is really funny. I think my favorite line out of the whole movie is, "Oh, they're probably just scissoring each other to Lady Gaga." That's like a 10. Come on, that's a 10 out of 10 every time. And I like this movie a lot better than I like scissoring to Lady Gaga. I mean, nothing against Lady Gaga, she's fantastic. But there are definitely some real gems in this movie that you don't want to miss out on. And the shorts in the film progressively get shorter as the movie goes on. Like, there's a team, not a team, there's the cast is 6 college kids, 3 women and 3 men, and the women are either topless in bikinis or wearing these shorts that, like, every 5 minutes into the movies lose a solid ½ inch off the bottom of the shorts, and eventually it's like they're no longer longer than their vagina, which is probably something shorts are supposed to be, but not necessarily a problem. The movie starts out with 3 friends, 3 women going out to a cabin because one girl got cheated on and she just kind of wants to get away, and it's like a no men trip, whatever. Anyway, the dudes obviously are gonna show up at some point. God, see what happens when you hit 30? Anyway, so they go out to the cabin, and the 3 guys meet them there. They end up kind of just screwing around, literally and metaphorically. They talk to the neighbors, who are kind of kooky and actually really funny. That's who was talking about the scissoring. So the old dude that lives next door. And then they run into one of the neighbors is like a mountain man, and he's trapping bears or whatever, and he's fucking hilarious. And I think his best line was, "Well, look at you 3 little heifers." Yeah. And, basically what you have is a creature feature, and then it turns into a zombie beaver feature as people kind of get bitten and start transforming. And I don't know how much money they paid for chicken skin to use as wounds in this movie, but everybody that gets injured has like this slab of chicken skin hanging off of their face. Just ew. So good, but ugh. The animatronic beavers are everything you would want in an animatronic beaver that you didn't even know you wanted. They're they look like bad taxidermy. They look like bad moving taxidermy, which is perfect. And it has kind of like this Scooby-Doo feel to it, almost. The opening credits, actually, the first thing I thought of was Scooby-Doo, so that's clearly something they were kind of shooting for, and it really worked. All the characters, with the exception of one just jackass character, are all really likable. You're rooting for them. But you also kind of want them to turn into more aware zombie beavers, because it's gross. All their fingernails fall out, and they get these big wonky teeth, and their eyes glaze over, and they get the big long beaver tails. So in one scene, one of the girls that turns into the zombie beaver is like jumping up and down and smacking her giant tail on the floor, which is just gross and fantastic, and it really worked. Even though it is formulaic, it's not tired. and it's super funny the whole way. It's ridiculous and intentionally so. Unlike Thanksgiving, which was just ridiculous and awful for the sake of being ridiculous and awful, but Zombeavers really nailed it. If you love schlocky B movies, then this is definitely a cleaner take on that, and it's intentional. So the acting is not the best thing ever from all the characters, but it's not bad. It's not going to ruin your experience. And I mean, even so, the bad acting kind of adds to the ridiculous dialogue. When was the last time you heard 37 beaver jokes in an hour and a half? Yeah, never. You haven't. So you're welcome. Go watch it if you haven't watched it already. And go down in the comments because I want you to tell me what you thought of it. And not only that, I want to take suggestions for things that you would like to see me review. I did do that on the Facebook. Speaking of which, last week I talked about Murder Dictionary podcast, which I hope you went and looked up. And I mentioned that they have an Instagram and they have a Facebook. And while I was editing the last video, I'm like, I have an Instagram. I have a Facebook. So go check me out too. Cyanide Cenobite Reviews on Facebook. Cyanide Cenobite, one word, on Instagram. Like things. Share things. My things. So next week, I'm going to cover Akira. And I don't know if anybody else is into anime, but this is it's gross. Prepare yourself. So if you don't like anime, give it a try. It's a landmark film you might want to check into. But give it a try anyway, even if you don't like anime, because it might change your mind, or you might not be pleased with me after you watch it because it's weird and it's gross because it's anime, because it's Japan. But that's really all I have for you today. I'm gonna hunker down because the hurricane is coming and I have to work still. So that's gonna be lame, but just try to not blow away and die. We'll see what happens. As always, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, tell people, whatever. And go watch Akira, because love it or hate it, it's a landmark film. You may as well be able to say you've seen it. If I make it through the hurricane, I will see y'all next week. Bye.